Well, hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We are HelperPros. We are a staffing agency and we're also a consulting company. Um, we provide trainings, workshops, webinars, in-person courses to people and companies that are looking to improve their recruiting practices. If you're a person that doesn't know anything about recruiting and would like to learn, well, this is a space for you. If you already have been doing years of recruiting and you want a refresher on the basics, this is a space for you. If you're a company that would like to grow the recruiting business, train their employees, we are here for you as well. Or if you're an entrepreneur looking to start an agency, we're here to help you as well. This is a very important checklist that I use in order to classify the importance of the orders that I get to make sure that your efforts will not be in vain. Whenever you get an order, make sure that you ask, is there a legitimate sense of urgency? Is it a good position for you to work on? Are you going to make sure that you fill this? Is this something fillable? Is this something that you can actually make money from? Um, Also, make sure that you are asking for the right questions. How long has the position been open? How long have you been trying to fill it? What have you done? Where have you posted it? What are the roadblocks? Why has this position not been filled? Because sometimes it's not a matter of um, the fact that you can do the job, and they're looking for personality traits. What is your client looking for exactly? Make sure that you specify, when are we getting feedback? When are we getting a response from you from the resumes we sent? You cannot let them decide. Make sure you get that from the first moment that you talk to them. Is it a reasonable position? Are all the experiences, the demands, the salary range in line with what you're asking for? Are they looking for a person 10 years, 15 years experience with a mid-level salary, even entry-level salary? Make sure that you look for that. Make sure that you educate your clients and tell them, listen, you're not going to find anybody with this salary. How flexible are you? Is the fee agreement signed? Are you just taking an order and getting so excited that you forget to send them because you're afraid that the deal might break? Well, let me tell you, this is one of those frogs that you need to swallow at the beginning. Make sure that everything specified in the agreement is acceptable to them, that they abide by the policies in your company, they agree to the fees, to the late fees, etc. Did you review the company? Where are they located? Is it a legit company? Do they have a good history? Do they have a website? Do they have a LinkedIn profile? Do they have followers? What are people saying about them in Glassdoor and on Indeed and ZoomInfo, whichever platform you're using? Make sure that they are, you know, shareable, that they're a company that's open to providing information about them. Can they send you the benefits? This is as easy as sending you a file with a one pager of what their benefits are. And whenever a candidate asks for this, then you can just email that and let them figure it out. Let them figure out if that works for them or not. Are there competitors hiring for these type of positions? This position actually exists. This position actually, it's an employable position. Have they considered any internal candidates? Are they hiring from within, promoting from within? Make sure that you know this before working on it. And also make sure that you provide enthusiasm, that you show enthusiasm to your client as well as your candidate on the position. Also, let me go to the next slide. Um, you need to focus on the position that's closer to the money. This will dictate the way you feel and how you work about it, because some people, I've heard that they classify the most important job based on the fee. You might want to do that, but it just depends, because you might have a great fee, but the position is unfillable. Like it's been open for a year. Just don't focus your efforts on that. Sometimes we do this the wrong way. And it happens to the best of us. We get excited about the money and we forget that that position is just, it's going to be really hard. It's going to take most of your resources, most of your day, and then you're going to not work on positions that might be closer to the money. As you recruit, make sure that you're building your most placeable list of candidates. In order to do this, you need to master the skills in order to attract the top talent. And you do this by checking, how stable are they? Are they unemployed? How long have they been unemployed? Why have they been unemployed? Can they prove their track record? Do they have any references, any numbers that they can show you? Remember that more than 50% of individuals are employed and that are currently employed do not change jobs because they have not been presented with the right opportunity. Make sure you are that person. Don't get intimidated by a person that's a VP and that has been working 10 years in the same company. They might want to change. A manager, a director, a supervisor, doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter which position, as long as they're open to talk. They just haven't found the right fit yet. Make sure that you help them out. Okay, next slide. And I'm very visual. That's why I made all of these pictures. But when you get an order, these are the main action items that you need to do in order to make sure that you're doing the best. You're taking the best out of it. When you get an order, make sure you search your database. You search social media platforms. You search LinkedIn, Zoom Info, whatever you use. Make sure that you search there first before posting it. When you do that, email them, communicate with them, send them a message through LinkedIn. If they don't respond, or if you want to just call them right away, perfect. Call them, send them a text message. Hey, we talked a few months ago. Are you still looking? Document everything. Make sure you take notes, even if it's pen and paper. I don't care, however you're starting. Make sure that you have this documented and organized in a searchable manner, that you can find this easily. Depends on the method you use, if it's Excel, if it's Word, if it's a folder with papers on it attached to their resumes. I don't really mind how you do it, as long as it works for you. Because you might have a very sophisticated system, but if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't make any sense. Make sure you're organizing this pile of people, pile of resumes, that you're collecting the most placeable candidates in a good place where you can find them easily. And if you can't fill the job, post it on the web. Upload all of your information found into your system. Make sure that it's searchable not only by you, but by your team. Also, whenever you're, having a call with a candidate, make sure that you're getting a good summary of the candidate's professional history, at least the last 10 years. That's the rule of thumb. Make sure you get their updated resume. Make sure you know what they want. What are their aspirations? They might not want to keep doing what they're doing. They might want to, go on a job as a different role now. They want to grow. Make sure you know this, because this is going to be key in providing them, the job that they're looking for. What other positions can you consider them for? Maybe, you're not a good fit for this one, but I have this other open position. Would you be interested in that one? Also, make referrals. Get the referrals. Ask them, who do you know that's looking? If you're not looking, who do you know? Or if you're looking, do you know somebody else that might be interested as well? Because we might need another person in the future. Make sure you're interviewing these people. If you are sending them to interviews other than, the home screen that you're doing at, home office, make sure that you're debriefing. Make sure you're preparing them for an interview. Ask them, are you applying to a different job? How far are you in the process? Advertise yourself. Tell them who you are, what you do. Make sure they remember you and they give you a chance on holding off to finding another job. Just give me a week and see if you get hired in this position. Can you do that? Because I think if you're interested, I'm going to do my best to present you and to sell you to this client. As I said before, build an email database of good prospects, not only for the MPC candidates, but for your clients. If you're asking, where else are you interviewing? Who are you interviewing for? Make sure you write it down. Who did you interview for? Because this means that another person is hiring. They might need your services. If you get a hit, set up an interview, but showing what's most important to them. Listen, they want to interview you, and I think you would be a good fit because this company provides the ability to grow, the challenges that you're looking for. They are flexible. They are near your house. It's a good commute. You're going to be making the amount of money you want to be making. Make sure that you point out the things that are important to them. They have a good environment. You might become a director in the future. Anything that they've told you, go back to your initial notes, go back to their initial pre-screening, and make sure you are connecting what they told you before at this stage of the process. If they get hired, who's your hiring manager? You want to make that connection. You want to know who the hiring manager is because it's important, first, and second, because you might get new business from them. And then take it from there and repeat that every time you place a candidate, every time you send a candidate to an interview, every time you pre-screen a candidate. Go by this checklist, go by these objectives. Remember, the more you know, the easier these calls get. That's why these webinars are very important for you to polish your performance actions. If you're getting any objections, write them down. We're going to get to that soon. Next slide, basically. Who gave you my name? Why are you calling me? I have a job. I'm not looking for a job. Where did you get I understand. I got your resume from LinkedIn. I got your resume from our database. You apparently applied a few months, years, I don't know, ago. And I happened to have your resume and I run into it. And I think you might be a good fit for this position. Is there a better time, a better number for me to call you at? When they tell you I'm happy where I'm at, I understand. One time I had a candidate that told this to me, and I said, well, I think you might consider, another opportunity only because, you might have an opportunity of growth and you might be missing out. After, a while of talking, I just sent her an article for her to read. When they tell you I don't know anybody, well, keep my number. And just in case, follow up in a few months, if you will, and they might remember you. They might have strict requirements. At that point, you might educate the candidate and tell them, well, if you want that, then you must complete this or do that. Do they have a vacation planned? Do they have a bonus coming up? Remember, you only have a certain amount of hours a day to attract the talent that you want to represent. So make sure that you use the most out of those 8 hours in the day. Remember that your calls are your line to prosperity, and you might reach out levels of success that you never thought possible. Make sure that you show your personality because people like to work with other people. They want to be relatable. They want to feel that they are understood. So, thank you so much for your time. If you need any more of our services or if you want to learn more about us, feel free to send us an email at info@helperpros.com, give us a call, or visit our website. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your day.